35 important shortcuts that you need to know in Logic Pro in order to accelerate your workflow. By the end of this video, you will be able to do a lot of tasks in Logic Pro in a much faster pace than you were doing before. I'm Florina Jain, otherwise known as Flow of Music, and let's get into the video. We're going to go through each shortcut as quickly as we can. So grab a note, have a pen or type it down somewhere and let's get started. The first shortcut is for zooming. Instead of going over here and moving these arrows to zoom in and out, you have a much easier way. So what you can do is press Command and press up and down arrows, or you can do Command and left and right arrows. Tip number 2, to sort out uneven zooms. So if one of my tracks has an uneven zoom like this and all my other tracks are in the right zooming level, if I want this also to come back to the same level, instead of adjusting the track length over here, I can just press Shift and click one of the tracks which has a right length. So exactly like that, click Shift and click that, and boom, everything comes back to normal. Tip number 3. So if you want the same name on both the track and in the region, so the name written on this track is high ambience, but the one on this region is given something else. Is click here and press Shift, Option and N. And that's all. Everything comes back to the same name. I just realized I've been saying tip instead of shortcut. So let's go back to shortcut. Shortcut number 4. If you have a lot of tracks belonging to the same group, so for example, I have a lot of strings and I can just group them into one track, namely strings. So to group tracks, I can just click here, click Shift and click till the track that you want to be in the same group. Now do Command, Shift and G. And everything is kept in one track. So I can just rename it as strings and even close it so that my track looks even more tidier. Shortcut number 5, color coding. So if I want to give a different color to this track, I can just press Option and C and the color palette will open and I can choose any color that I want. If you're wondering how I got the colors assigned over here as well, I just click right click and put assign track color and you'll get the same color over here. Shortcut number 6, to open the editor window. Yes, you can go on top and click this in order to open the editor window, but if you want a much faster way, you can just press the letter E on your keyboard and your editor opens up. Shortcut number 7, opening the mixer window. Instead of going on top and clicking this button over here to open the mixer window, you can just press the letter X in your keyboard and boom, your mixer window opens up. Shortcut number 8, metronome. So I can go on top and click the metronome over here to listen to it, or if I just want to quickly toggle it on and off, I can just press the letter K. So now without the metronome and press the letter K, metronome. Switch it off by just clicking it again. Shortcut number 9, playing and pausing a track. All you need to do is just press spacebar in your keyboard to play a track. Press it again to stop it. Shortcut number 10, to record. So instead of going on top to record, what you can do is click on the track that you want to record and just click the letter R. I have not put any input source right now. That's the reason why I was not able to record. Shortcut number 11, to open the inspector window. Inspector window is a place where you have your channel strips, and that is a place where you basically add all your plugins. So instead of going on top to click and open it, what you can do is just press the letter I and the channel strip will automatically open. Next is opening the library. So instead of going on top to get your virtual instruments, what you can do is press the letter Y and your library opens up. Now I have an audio track. If I have a MIDI track like that, then my MIDI instruments open up. Next is opening the loop browser. Instead of going over here to click and look at the loops, you can just press O in your keyboard and your loop browser opens up. Next is cycle region. I already had a cycle region over here and I have turned it off. To turn it on, yes, I can go on top, click it again, or to make things faster, I can click the letter C and your cycle comes on. You want to switch it off, click C again and it switches off. Next, to open up the tools. So just click the letter T and all these tool functions will pop up. If you want, for example, the pencil tool, what you can do is just press T. Look at the keyboard shortcut over there, it's P. So you just press the letter P and yeah, it has become a pencil. You have a lot of other tools that you can choose from. Next is how to open automation. So you can go on top to open automation like that, or you can just press the letter A and your automation window opens up. Place points over here like that, move things up and down, things like that. Now to open up a new track, you just press Option, Command and N. And you can choose what track you want, whether it's MIDI or audio or guitar, bass, drum, anything you want. Next, if you want only an audio track, what you can do is press Option, Command and A and you get a new audio track. Next, if you want a MIDI track, what you can do is press Option, Command and S and a MIDI track opens up. To open up the preferences where you see all your input device, output device, buffer size, sample rate, etc. Instead of going to Logic Pro, going to settings, going to audio, what you can do is press Command and comma in your keyboard and boom, your settings opens up and you can go and select whatever you want. To copy and paste a track, there are two methods by which you can do it. One, just click on the track that you want to copy, press Command and C. Now put your cursor to the place where you want this track to come. So for example, I want it over here. I can just place my cursor over here and then press Ctrl V and it copies. On the other hand, if you want to do something else, you can just press here, press Option, keep pressing Option while you're moving, place it in the place that you want it to be. Remove pressing the mouse, you can remove the Option button and you just have a duplicate copy of it. Let me show you another cool shortcut. Say for example, I'm at bar 45 and this is starting exactly at 49, ending on bar 53. Now if I wanted to start basically leaving a bar and then coming back, make sure over here you select the marquee tool for this particular shortcut, okay? So once your marquee tool is selected, what you can do is press Command, click right from the place where you want the track, okay? So I want it exactly from 45. So I'm going to press Command, click from 45 up till 53 and remove. Once it is highlighted, what you just need to do is do Command and R. You will get a duplicate of that. So if you want another one, you can do Command and R. Duplicate track with these same plugins inserted. So now I have a track over here with all of these plugins. While the track is highlighted, just click Command and D and you get another duplicate track with the same plugins that you used in the previous track as well. Now I have this track and if I want to repeat this, instead of going and looping it like that, I can just press the track and press Command R. And you'll get as many loops as you want. So based on that, you can just keep doing Command R. Now here's a really cool function. I only need all of these tracks that are right now highlighted. I don't need any of these tracks right from this high ambience. So if I want to not look at it in the project where I'm working on it, but I just wanted to keep just in case I need it for something else, what I can do is hide the tracks. So highlight all the tracks that you don't want. So I don't want it from here. I'm going to press Shift till the end, okay? Now I'm going to press the letter H. So when you press the letter H, this particular button comes up. Just click it and press the letter H again. Now look at it, it has become tidy. I need the track again and I need to go and search for it. All you need to do is press H again and all the tracks that were hid before will pop up and you can choose whichever you want. If I want to mute any of the track, if I want to mute this particular synth bass, just click the track and click Ctrl and M. And that's all, it is muted. Say for example, you want to join regions. Now if I have this track and I want them to be together, I'm going to just highlight these two and press Command and J and join. Same applies for an audio track as well. So I have a couple of audio tracks over here separately, but if I want them to be in the same track, I can just highlight everything, press Command and J and everything becomes one track. So hit create. That's all. It just becomes one track. Now let's look at some of the options in the editor window. So do you remember the shortcut for opening the editor? It's the letter E. So open up by using the letter E. You can increase it or decrease it by using that. Now say for example, I'm going to click this note and I don't want it to start in C. I want to start it in C sharp. Instead of, dragging it and bringing it on top, what I can do is just press Option and go up arrow. And it just moves like that. The next shortcut, if I don't want it to be in this particular C, I want it in a lower octave, what I can do is, while it is clicked, press Shift, Option and down arrow. It just goes an octave down. Same way to go an octave up, just press the up arrow. So if I want the entire audio over here to go an octave down, I can just do Command A so that everything gets highlighted. Press Shift, Option and down. Everything goes an octave down. Click the up arrow, everything goes an octave higher. So if you see here, some of the notes that I have played ends a little sooner than when the next note starts. Okay, so there's a gap over here. This might be fine, but there's a gap over here as well. So if I want all the notes in this MIDI file to, end exactly when the next note starts, instead of dragging it individually and keeping it like that, I have a much easier shortcut. Select everything. So you do Command A for that. And now what you need to do is press Shift and the backslash. So that is above the return key in your keyboard. So press that and boom, it becomes like that. So now as you can see in this MIDI, I have different velocities. This one has a little lower velocity. You can see the velocity over here. So it's 39, whereas over here it is 56. Here it is 64. So if I want all these notes to have the exact same velocity, what I can do is press Command A to highlight everything. Now press Option, Shift, and while pressing both those buttons, move this to the velocity of your choice. So let me choose 64. Now if you see, every note over here is at 64. Now let's look at some automation. So I have this synth over here. If I want to do some automation on this, I can press the letter A for automation, if you remember that. Now let me just put 2 points. So I have 1 point over here, maybe I'm doing there, and the other point is over here. Now I don't want it to be this steep. I want it to have a curve. What you can do is press Shift, Control. While pressing both that, move this. Now it becomes curved. You can move it according to your choice. The next is quantization. So if you see in this particular MIDI, there are some notes that are not properly quantized, right? So I have some notes starting way before the bar starts. So if I want to quickly quantize all the notes, that is basically put them on time, I can again highlight everything, press Command A and press the letter Q. And everything snaps back to grid. Now say I want to copy all the channel strip settings from one channel strip to the other one. So I have this high ambience over here, and if I want the same plugins to come over here, you click the track that has the channel settings, go on top to the settings, right click and click copy channel strip settings. Now you come to the empty channel strip, go on the settings, right click and click paste channel strip settings. It might take a while, but that's it. Your channel strip easily gets copied. The last shortcut that you need to know is for soloing and for muting. So that's a pretty easy one, right? So if you want to solo this track, you just click the letter S and it's soloed. If you want to unsolo it, just click letter S again. If you want to mute it, click M. To unmute it, click the letter M again. So these are all the shortcuts that you need to know when you start with Logic Pro. And believe me, when you start using shortcuts, your workflow will be so much faster. It will be so much more accelerated and you'll be able to do a lot of things fastly, okay? I hope you've noted everything down. If you have any other shortcuts that you think might be useful for beginners, just put it in the comments so that we can all grow as a community. I hope this video was useful. If you want to see videos related to music production and Logic Pro, all you need to do is subscribe to my channel. So thank you so much for watching. Keep making music and I'll see you guys in another video.